Hi, my name's Adam. I'm in Townsville in northern Queensland, and in today's video we'll be travelling to Cairns in Far North Queensland by train. In this video we'll look at all the amenities on board, including the cafe car, rail beds, which are sleepers, economy seats, the food and drink options, and enjoy the beautiful scenery along the way. Townsville is Australia's largest urban centre north of the Sunshine Coast, with a population of almost 200,000 people. Considered the unofficial capital of North Queensland by locals, Townsville is a major gateway to the Great Barrier Reef and a 25-minute ferry ride from Magnetic Island. Once upon a time, if you were travelling by train from Townsville, this is where you'd begin your journey. This was the terminus of the Great Northern Railroad. But sadly no more. In 2003, the railway station was relocated about 2 kilometres southwest of here, so the station's no longer in the town centre. The building is now used by Queensland Rail as admin offices. Here you can see the old platform. And this is what the current station looks like. This station opened in 2003. I arrived early for the train, so it's pretty quiet. The station features a ticket office if you need to make a reservation. There's an air-conditioned passenger lounge with filtered water and charging points. In today's journey, we'll travel about 340 kilometres in just under 6 hours and 40 minutes. The Spirit of Queensland departs Brisbane the previous afternoon, so some passengers will have been on the train for more than 17 hours by the time it arrives in Townsville. Here's the timetable. Luggage check-in is available on the platform 60 minutes before a scheduled departure and closes 30 minutes before departure. Today's train is running about 20 minutes late. There are two similar tilting train services in Queensland, one electric, the other diesel, both operated by Queensland Rail. Check out my review of the electric tilt train from Brisbane to Rockhampton if you haven't seen it. The diesel tilt train is what's known as a push-pull train. The cars at the front and the back are the locos and push or pull respectively. Whereas the electric tilt train uses distributed power with 16 traction motors spread across the length of the train. The diesel tilt trains were refurbished in 2014. The Spirit of Queensland has 2 carriages with rail beds, which feature lie-flat seats. It has a cafe car in the middle and 3 economy class carriages, as well as a baggage car. The train is scheduled to make a 15-minute stop here. Today I'll be travelling in economy, which is fine for a daylight journey. I'm in car F towards the rear of the train. Carriage F contains 51 economy seats. There's space for luggage in the vestibule. Seating in economy is in a 2x2 arrangement. The seat pitch, or the distance between each seat, is 42 inches, so quite generous. For comparison, most domestic flights in Australia offer a seat pitch of 30 inches, so these have plenty of legroom. There's overhead luggage lockers similar to those on the electric tilt train.
Customers, my name is Tanya and I'll be your passenger service supervisor today through to Cairns, along with passenger attendant Tracy. And Spirit of Queensland Cafe staff, Caitlin, Daniel, Melanie and Cherie. On behalf of Queensland Rail, we would like to welcome you on board our Spirit of Queensland service, travelling through to Cairns and all intermediate stations. At Queensland Rail, safety is our highest priority, so if I could please have your attention for a few minutes to run through some important safety information. I would like to ask you to take a few moments to read the safety card located in the seat pocket in front of you, or alternatively watch the safety video on the entertainment screen to familiarise yourself with the safety features of this train. In the event of an emergency on this service, the onboard crew are responsible for all of your safety. If you could please ensure you are aware of the location of your nearest exit, remembering that it may be behind you. Customers are reminded that whilst moving throughout the train that it is a condition of carriage that footwear is worn at all times. Children under the age of 12 must be accompanied by an adult also at all times. For your safety when moving throughout the train, please utilise the grab rails and seat backs to assist you. Customers are advised that it is a federal offence to smoke on board all Queensland Rail trains and platforms, and fines may apply. The Spirit of Queensland is a licensed service and the consumption of personal alcohol is not permitted on board. Consumption of your own alcohol may result in your immediate removal from the service and fines may apply. For your convenience, you will find the amenities located at the end of each carriage. In the seat pocket in front of you, you will find a set of complimentary headphones for your onboard entertainment system. A headphone jack and USB port is located directly below your armrest, and for your convenience, power points are located below each window. Many of our stops we make along the way are brief. Please remain on board unless we have reached your destination. It is important that you listen to all announcements made throughout the trip, as I will be advising customers of any comfort stops, and any customers wishing to stretch their legs may do so, but are reminded to listen for the whistle. Once the whistle has been blown, this will indicate an immediate departure of this service. Queensland Rail do not accept any responsibility to provide onward travel or alternative transport should you miss this service. Customer hygiene packs are available on request, so please speak to a team member if you would like one. For further information, we recommend visiting our website, queenslandrailtravel.com.au. Customers are advised that Tracy and I will soon be checking all tickets for those customers who joined us at Townsville. Please ensure you have your ticket along with any concession card used when purchasing your ticket on hand for inspection. On behalf of the onboard crew and drivers, please sit back, relax, enjoy the journey and hospitality on board the Spirit of Queensland. Thank you and good morning.
So now that all those announcements are out the way, let's look at the route. Stops include Ingham, Tully and Innisfail.
The same as they were a year ago, but
there's no Wi-Fi on board, so you'll have to rely on your mobile phone data. There are individual reading lights. The Cairns tilt train is the fastest narrow gauge diesel powered tilt train in the world, able to travel up to 160 kilometres per hour. But we won't reach anything like that today. The track between Townsville and Cairns has an 80 km per hour limit for most trains, but the tilt train is permitted to travel up to 100 km per hour. However, once you factor in the stops and the slower sections of track, we'll average closer to 50 km per hour. Each seat has a fold-down tray table and a curtain. Let's check out the toilets. As the trip to Cairns takes 25 hours for passengers travelling from Brisbane, each carriage features a shower. There are also 2 unisex toilets, both with a baby change table. I found the toilets clean throughout today's journey.
I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes, and ain't no one in life holding me back no more.
More than 90% of Australia's sugarcane is grown in Queensland. This is a sugarcane railway. The narrow gauge track is 610 millimetres wide, or 2 feet. There's about 4,000 kilometres of Canefields Railway in Australia. It's used to transport the chopped cane during the crushing season, which typically runs from June to November. The economy seats are comfortable and feature at-seat entertainment systems and charging points. Let's head to the cafe car, which is in the middle of the train. There's a drinking fountain in each carriage. There are 3 wheelchair spaces in car E. Here's the cafe, which they also call the galley. There's a seating area. Here's a quick look at the menu. There is a coffee machine, but unfortunately it's broken today. You can come here and have a chat to other passengers. Although the galley car is open overnight, alcohol is not available between midnight and 10 AM. Let's head back to my seat. And while we're up, we might as well look at the rear carriage, car G. Economy seating on the Spirit of Queensland was originally sold as premium economy, given the generous legroom and recline. And this is as far as we can go.
Good morning customers, the Spirit of Queensland is now approaching Ingham station. Customers leaving us here at Ingham, please prepare to do so, ensuring that you have all of your personal belongings with you. The platform for Ingham is located on the left-hand side in the direction of travel. Once the whistle has been blown, this will indicate an immediate departure of our service. Queensland Rail Travel Trust customers leaving us here at Ingham have had an enjoyable journey, and we look forward to seeing you the next time you travel on one of our many Queensland Rail travel services. Thank you and good morning.
We cross a sugarcane railway as we pull into Ingham. Time for some fresh air. This semaphore signal protects the crossing with the cane railway that we passed over on our arrival.
Clear.
In the distance is the Victoria Sugar Mill. During the crushing season, these mills operate 24/7. One of the reasons for the train's slow average speed is that we have to slow down to cross the cane railways. There's a 40 km/h limit on this crossing. I head back to the cafe for lunch. We're arriving in Cardwell. The friendly cafe staff tell me this is the only spot on the entire journey where you can see the ocean. The hot meal options are the same as on the electric tilt train. I go for the roast pork with vegetables, which takes a few minutes to heat, and costs $9.50. That's the Coral Sea. And in the distance you can just see Hinchinbrook Island. The train has to make 2 stops here because of the short platform. Lunch is served. It's something of a challenge to cut the roast pork with the plastic cutlery. The tray table, even when extended, is somewhat far from the seat. The red wine is $7.50. The food tastes fine, a typical microwave ready meal. The seatback screens in economy are 8.9 inches. The ride quality of this train is very smooth. Tilt trains have a special suspension system, enabling the carriages to lean into a curve by a few degrees. This allows higher speeds than conventional trains and increases passenger comfort. It starts raining on our approach into the town of Tully. Fitting, given it's known as one of the wettest towns in Australia. The town has an average annual rainfall exceeding 4,000 millimetres or 160 inches, and in 1950 recorded the highest ever annual rainfall in a populated area of Australia.
Good afternoon customers, the Spirit of Queensland is now approaching Tully station. The platform for Tully is located on the right hand side in the direction of travel. Customers are welcome to disembark for a comfort stop here at Tully, but are reminded that it is an offence to smoke on all Queensland Rail platforms, in station amenities and on this train. Those customers wanting to do so, please move to 5 metres from the front of the station building and listen for the whistle, as once the whistle has been blown, this will indicate an immediate departure of this service.
We have a 10-minute stop here, so we can get out and stretch our legs. It seems like a good time to have a look at one of the 2 carriages that has airline-style lie-flat seating, known as RailBeds. These seats feature 35 degrees of recline and an 18.5-inch entertainment screen. At night, staff provide a mattress topper and linen. RailBed customers also get all-inclusive meals served at their seat. There are 35 RailBeds on this train, compared to 134 seats in economy. Seating is in a 2x1 arrangement. Except at the front and back, there are single seats on either side. I love how the station has been decorated with pot plants. There's the whistle, letting us know it's time to go. The staff come through periodically to collect rubbish. Here's a quick look at the entertainment system. There's a few different movies and TV shows to choose from. And here's a sugarcane train. This is a Pacific National Freight Depot.
Good afternoon customers and welcome to Innisfail. For those customers leaving us here at Innisfail, the platform is located on the right hand side in the direction of travel. For those customers who have checked in luggage, this will be made available to you on the platform. Thank you and good afternoon.
Innisfail has a tropical rainforest climate and has no month with an average temperature below 18 degrees Celsius, or with less than 60 millimetres of rain. The other crop found commonly in this part of the world is bananas. You might be able to make out the plastic bags. These help ripen the fruit, as well as protecting them from pests. We cross a freight train. Here we get a glimpse of the front of the train on the approach to the town of Babinda.
And the seating area in the cafe will be closing in approximately 10 minutes time in preparation for our arrival at Cairns station. If you'd like to purchase any last minute refreshments before we do arrive at Cairns this afternoon, just ask if you please make your way to the cafe now.
Driving between Townsville and Cairns takes about 4.5 hours, so is a couple of hours quicker than the train. The bus takes 5.5 hours. But I find trains a far more relaxing way to travel than either bus or car. This is the Mulgrave sugar mill, located in Gordonvale. The mill began operating in 1896. Because no passengers are booked to leave or join the train in Gordonvale, we don't stop. Gordonvale is now part of the urban sprawl of Cairns. They're building an improved alignment for the railway here as part of a project to widen the nearby Bruce Highway. So, how much is the fare for this train? You can only travel between Townsville and Cairns in economy. The rail beds are reserved for overnight journeys. Queensland Rail currently has a promotion called the Northern Explorer Fare for $50 between Townsville and Cairns. B-Quick fares are discount advance fares costing $65 on this route, while the full standard fare is $109. I think either of the discount fares are good value. The system will show you your allocated seat, but I don't believe you can change it. We're now on the final stretch into Cairns.
Service will be terminating at Cairns Station, so please prepare yourself, ensuring that you take all of your personal belongings with you. Please remember to check all seat pockets and overhead lockers, and take care if opening the overhead luggage compartment, as luggage may have moved during the journey. The platform for Cairns is located on the right-hand side in the direction of travel. For those customers who have checked-in luggage, please collect your luggage from the front of this service, from the northern end of the platform area opposite carriage A. There's a public telephone adjacent to the foyer, with the taxi rank out the front of the station to the left-hand side of the foyer entrance. Cairns taxis have been notified in advance of our arrival. To all customers leaving us here at Cairns, on behalf of myself, the onboard team and drivers, I hope you have had an enjoyable journey, and we look forward to seeing you the next time you travel on one of our many Queensland Rail travel services. Thank you and good afternoon.
We arrive into Cairns via an industrial part of the city. So, what do I think of the Spirit of Queensland? Yes, the train is a slow way to travel between Townsville and Cairns, but the varied scenes from Canefields and rivers to rainforests and misty mountains are entrancing. The seat is really comfortable, so I'd do it again in a heartbeat. And for $50, you can't go wrong. Cairns is a popular tourist destination because of its tropical climate and access to rainforests and the Great Barrier Reef. It's lucky I travelled today. Heavy rain and flooding damaged the tracks north of Rockhampton, forcing the next day's northbound Spirit of Queensland to terminate in Rockhampton. The station is located in one of Cairns' main shopping centres. We arrive almost on time at 4:31 p.m. Here's a final look at our seat. Checked luggage is available on the platform a few minutes after arrival. The train heads back the way we came to the Queensland Rail Train Depot, where it will be stabled overnight before leading tomorrow's Brisbane-bound service departing Cairns at 8:35 a.m. But tomorrow's service terminates at Mackay because of the flooding I mentioned earlier. If you come to Cairns, I highly recommend a trip on the Kuranda Scenic Railway. And don't miss a trip to the Atherton Tablelands so you can visit some of the beautiful waterfalls. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.